Start out here. Yo, rise, shine. Give God the glory, glory, rise, shine. It's the afternoon.
What's up?
You should have already been risen. It's the wake-up call. It's my wake-up call. It's Chief DB.
Saturday.
So we're rising and shining. You know, a little weekend edition. My thing is a little dark. What's up, everybody? Sorry for this. Finger in your face.
The brightness.
Yeah, so we can see what's going on. So, heavy talk out there. You know, kind of hand clapping talk. So we got former Vice President Joe Biden talking mad greasy talking mad greasy in public. To Trump, basically calling Trump out. He was at it was funny. He was at an anti-assault, like sexual assault rally, and he's calling out to fight somebody. So, we'll let that slide.
All right.
Anyway, Trump heard about it. Trump hit the Twitter waves and fired back because basically also Biden. This is his second time coming at Trump, and Trump I guess Trump wasn't trolled enough the first time to respond, but he definitely responded. This time.
You got it. You want me to read what he said?
Yeah. Why don't you got the quote?
Yeah.
You got the direct quote? Go ahead.
I'll pull it up right now. He said, crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. Actually, he is weak, both mentally and physically, and yet he threatens me for the second time with physical assault. This is where it gets real. He said he doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe.
All right.
He said he would go down fast and hard, crying the whole way. That's like, yeah, you're gonna be scared, and I'm gonna knock you out.
Speaking of going down fast and hard and crying all the way, Stormy Daniels' interview is supposed to be on air tomorrow.
Oh, word? It's going down?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be last week, but I think they got some legal issues jumping off, and CBS wasn't ready to jump in that water yet.
Probably. All
right, so he was talking trash. Now, it's the Biden's like, yeah, he'll take him on the side of the gym and whoop that trick. This being the second time, and Trump's like, you don't know me like that, right?
You don't know me like that, son? Somebody, you think you're just gonna mock me like that? What?
And now the whole country's kind of like, ooh, they about to rumble. Yeah. I mean, it's like back in school. Back in school, it's like, you heard about, like, there was trash talk in second period, and by fifth period,
I would pay to see
everybody knew where the fight was going to be. So now the whole country is kind of like, all right, where's this rumble? Y'all both definitely called each other out, and y'all both claim to be these macho.
Old, and it would definitely be funny. I want to watch this. I want to watch them old dudes go at it.
So, and I was thinking, like, come on,
fight like this.
Yo, I mean, Trump. Yeah, Trump got some weight and some height on Biden, and I was like, well, how did the elites settle this back in the day? They would do dueling pistols.
Aaron Burr did it. Second vice president of this nation killed somebody in a duel in office. Alexander
Hamilton. So Aaron Burr versus Alexander Hamilton went down. Now, the backstory to this, Aaron Burr was calling out Hamilton, calling him out greasy in the streets, just how Biden did. And Hamilton was like trying to let it slide, like, nah, I'm not even trying to do it. And then somebody probably called Hamilton a punk. And Hamilton's like, all right, that's it.
Yo, we American now, dog. Like, what's up? You gonna represent?
So how the duels work back in the day. So the challenger say, I challenge you to a duel. The challenger gets
smacking with the glove. Is that like part of the official call out? It's cartoons.
It was part of it. So, but the challenger gets to pick the location. The challenged gets to pick the weapon and the amount of paces. Now, these guys, they wouldn't fight like, you know how in the cartoons, again, they would go back to back, walk like 10 paces, turn around and shoot. Nah, it wasn't like that. They would be in their spots. So check this out. So it was all highly like, there was a procedure to it. Like, like these are the elites. These are like, you know, the top people running things. And when one top person called out another top person, they're like, well, we have to have a duel or we're going to look like punks and weak. And you, back in the day, you didn't want to look weak because, like, it wasn't like today where, like, you can have a public media flub and you're cool in 2 more weeks because everybody forgets it. Yeah. Back in the day, if you look like a punk,
like man of your word type stuff, like he said he was going to do this and he didn't do it, that's not a good look. Okay.
Basically,
you got to back your stuff up.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So back to the rules and the procedures. So everybody, once a challenge was accepted by the challenger, they would pick the location, they would pick the weapons, and they would pick the paces. Now, the average amount of paces was 10 paces.
That's pretty close.
It is pretty close. I mean, it's about, you know, a little more than 10 yards.
So it wasn't
about
just
10
a gun.
yards.
You could get like a mace, some nunchucks, like whatever you wanted.
All right, so the gun of choice was a flintlock single shot pistol.
Okay.
So you had one lead musket ball, and then the black gunpowder. You know, the whole thing. You had to jam it in there, and you know the flint. I don't know if you ever saw the gun thing, but so they would have, it was either between 10 to 30 paces, and there was a second. So the second was, I mean, for us, it would kind of be like your hype man. Like each person had a second. So like your second was kind of like you're in the corner guy. Okay. Like he'd be like, all right, that's your mark. You can't go there. And now back to when they get the bussing, they would be pointed at each other. And then there was a principal who was pretty much like the ref. Okay. Now the ref would kind of like sit in the middle and he would give a signal, you know, drop a handkerchief down or go like that or whatever. It was on. And from there, they can either choose to shoot right away or they can choose to wait to shoot and return fire or be the first to shoot. But they each get one shot.
So that's all you had. You only had one shot, right?
You only had one shot. Now say you waited to shoot and the other person shot you.
Yeah.
You get to stand back up even if you fell down. Yeah. Even if I'm shot.
You still get to shoot your shot.
You get to stand back up, get back on your mark.
Okay.
And fire back. Now, the famous drone that went down like that was the Andrew Jackson drone. Okay. So Andrew Jackson, one of our presidents, as a sitting congressman, was called out by another guy. I forget his name anyway. But apparently the other guy was like a marksman. Like so, Andrew Jackson knew he was going to be like get hit. Yeah. So he wore like a big cloak, like a big cape, kind of like to mask his body thing. Okay. So at the time he delayed, so he got shot first. He got shot right in the ribs, broke a couple ribs, and he was like, but a scratch. He was gangster. Well, he was just very
much a scratch.
But a scratch. He was very machismo with it. So then he got back up, and now he had time to like recover, really aim, and he put that boy down.
Okay. The boy had to stand there.
Yeah, you have to stand there and take your shot. Now
the other person, you can't move. You can't do none of that.
That's what the seconds are for. The seconds are for the people to call BS because they were the ones to make sure you maintained your honor. Okay. That's what it was all about. All right. Now, if you were flinching like the other bull second would be like, he was punking out. Like, he was going against his honor, and he wanted to take that shot. So back in the day, man, if you said you were going to do something, you know, it went down. Now it was also frowned upon because like
you just had to stand there and wait.
It wasn't like
you or not.
It wasn't like the Western draws where like the quick draw. It wasn't a quick draw. It was like shot for shot, one shot. So, and now the height of this was the height ran from like the 1700s, basically from revolutionary times till about right after the Civil War. Okay, and then it started getting banned, but it started to get real popular. Like this was really popular in like the Navy. So like Navy commanding officers,
they would go at it.
They would go at it on the deck or whatever. Like, and so, like, say I'm giving an order and you're being, like, another officer tries to, like, say, no, we're not doing that. You know, that's how you would settle it.
It could get to that level if it couldn't be disputed through.
It got to that level where the Navy had to write it into their thing, no dueling. Like they had to put it in their procedures. Like you guys,
y'all can't be popping off whenever you feel like popping off.
I mean, the government's like, no, we spent all this money on training y'all. You're not just going to be offing yourselves.
It's an investment.
Yeah, you're their investment. Now this is where it comes down. Now it's always a very elite practice. Now the gun manufacturing for these weapons became like a status symbol. So in every like nobleman's home at this time, you wanted to have like some show off.
You got
stuff.
a nice piece.
And you wouldn't have one. You had two. Because the challenger got to pick the location, but the person who was challenged picked the weapons. Right. So like, oh, I had this fine set, and then everyone would be like, ooh, that is a nice.
That is a fine set of weaponry.
That is a fine.
I believe we shall use these to complete our duel.
So, and this would really squash the tension, and this was another elite way for them to kind of like maintain their authority. If you kind of look at it like that, so if the two leaders are calling each other out, the populace, the lower people, poor people, like now they're used to fighting. You call.
So they would just duke it out.
Yeah, they would just duke it out. But like the elites, like they really, they wanted to do it. Now, the common thing was the 10 paces, and now some people did 8 paces. The 8 paces were reserved for kind of the people that really couldn't see, the ones that were like old, like blind people that I can't really see that far. So they would do like they would do the 8 paces. The single shot flintlock pistols, very highly decorative pieces. Actually, a little side note: you can go. They have a display in the art museum down in Philadelphia. These weapons. I used to go. My mom's an art teacher. Shout out, Moms. She was an art teacher, so I was always down at the art museum for whatever reason. And my favorite display was always the weapons for whatever reason. They had like swords and really nice guns over there. So you can go down there and you can see what the guns look like. Now, this is pretty much just the point. Like if Biden, they're elite. These are the guys that went to like the preppy prep schools, the Trump military academies or whatever. They were really scrapping in the streets. Now, you can't just get out there in a public forum and tough talk. We all heard it. We all heard the tough talk. You heard the tough talk.
I heard the tough talk.
Tough talk went viral. Trump responded. He said, I'm not punk. I'm not punk. Didn't Trump just say he would run into he just said he would run up against the shooter without a weapon. Anyway, I'm just saying, you gonna talk.
He said that? He said he just pull up on him, like just knock him out?
Nah, with the shooting down Florida. But anyway, I think Trump versus Biden should happen. Now, Biden's second would probably be Obama. I think Obama would ride for Biden.
Yeah, he'll ride out.
And then his second would probably be like one of his sons, or maybe even Ivanka, because Ivanka's more of a man than the brothers apparently.
Yeah, she seemed like a little more G.
Yeah, she's a little gangster. So we'll see how this works out, man. Just and I think it would settle a lot of tension. There's a lot of like anti-Trump, and then both sides. I think it would kind of squash a lot of tension all around if they went at it. They're both 70s. They're in their 70s, not to be ageist, but just think about it. That's pretty much the wake up call.
That's the wake up call. Other topics.
That's my wake up call. That's your wake up call. And I
would pay per view to see this. By the way, just put it out there. Like if there was like the Trump Biden duel, even if it's just a boxing match,
it's got to be pay per view.
Even if it's just like a boxing match, you know what I'm saying? See them.
Thunderdome, 2 man in, 1 man out. Trump versus Biden. Like somebody's got to make this happen.
Because they're like 70, dog. Like I want to see who's really got the endurance.
Now, is it on site? Is Trump like?
You think it's drama on site? Like he'll just see him. Like
I think it's on site.
Like, Trump be like, yo. And just jump like out the limousine, you know what I'm saying? Just like out the sunroof and just come at him like, oh, see him going to Starbucks right now.
I think it should be on site, to be honest. Like the level of trash talk, it should be on site. Trump versus Biden.
Should be on site, like next meeting, whatever.
My thing is like, if these tough guys, they make policy to, send working class and lower class kids over to war to put themselves in positions of danger. Now you gonna talk all this trash? Why don't you put yourself in this position of danger?
That's true. Let's see who's ready to put it on the line. Who's got the big cojones?
Who's got some skin in the game?
Who's really gonna pop off? Who's really gonna pop off? You know what I'm saying? So I guess we'll see. It's either gonna fizzle out, or you know what I mean, it could get real. Or they could be setting it up. They could be just talking trash as what if Joe decides to run. It's just setting up the big WWF type of, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, right before we aired, I just read an article that Biden was kind of backing down. I'm like, Biden, you kind of yellow, brother. Did he back down already?
I mean, what's backing down? Like, not him. He's like, did he recant his statement?
He's like, I regret saying it or whatever.
Oh, he did say that.
That's because he got called out. You gonna be tough on First Street, but won't be tough on 40th Street. Like, chill out.
Oh man, Joe, you can't back out. You can't say that.
I'm just saying, I think it would be good for the country.
Or, you know what I mean? What if Joe just like, nah, I ain't mean that. Why? Like, yo, man, we cool.
I'm
cool.
Wow,
he could be one of them cats.
I'm just saying.
Because he got that smile. You ever see somebody that smile but still punch somebody? There's a couple people I knew like that growing up.
This is the second time he dropped bombs on Trump, though. Like, you said it. Trump only hit him back the one time in the public forum. Now,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you ever see a type of fight where, like, dude would be talking trash, he'd be like, nah, man, I'm just playing. And bow, and he still hit him anyway. Like, now he could be pulling one of them.
Now, that's kind of what the seconds were for, too, to maybe try to resolve
Shout out all the people that can smile and punch somebody in the face at the same time. I always think that's funny. I mean, not funny. It's funny because it's not happening to me. You know. But I like watching it. I won't endorse it, but shout out to you. That's a talent of yours.
I mean, in general, I'm usually anti-violence in general, and shout out to the March Against Guns today, or March for Our Lives today, for gun control. Everyone's out there, you know, trying to like bring awareness to this gun situation. But to be honest, these are the elites, and they're both 70 plus, and they both got rich heirs. They're good. If they go off tomorrow, like their family's good, and it'll be good for America.
Let's just reverse all guns. Everybody gets a musket. Like, you got to pack
one
that
shot.
joint.
One shot.
With the gunpowder. You know what I'm saying? Like the Red Ryder shotgun from the Christmas Story. That's what it was called, right?
Yeah, man.
And, you know, you have to take time for a shootout. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be so whatever. So, yeah. You know, don't shoot nobody. Unless it's a legal duel. It's got to be legal.
Kind of throw me off with the wrong glasses there. I'm kind of getting thrown off.
This is the ODB look. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remember the Brooklyn Zoo video. He first came out like this. But I'm just talking, man. You can cut me off.
I mean, that's pretty much the wake-up call. I'm only carrying on because this is the weekend edition, and, like, Teef's here.
Yeah.
What up, Teef?
What up? Chilling.
So, we got stuff. What do we got coming up this week?
This week, I mean, Tall Table Talk's coming up. I got a show at Amsterdam. Not the country, it's the spot. If you want to know more details, holla at me. Got a little low-key performance. I got another performance with Mig's son, but that's not this week. That's in April. But Mig's put me on the show.
What up, Migs?
You know what I mean? But shout out to Illicit Comedy, Neely Neal. You know what I'm saying? I'll put up the event. Y'all can check it out. Tall Table Talk on Tuesdays and Most Slept On Radio on Thursdays. We got some guests coming up. You know what I'm saying? Got Critical coming up on there on Thursday. And the man himself, Buddy Liesel. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about some music and some more community events and whatnot. So, you know, that's what we got coming up.
All right, y'all. That's the wake-up call. Trump versus Biden. I think it'd be good for America. Peace.